Hello everyone. Today for reading, we are going to take a look at the article we read last week called A Call to Compost. So I'm going to read it to you again. I'd like you to please follow along with me. And then at the end, after we get done, we're going to take a look at the page that's in your booklet with the text questions. And so I'm going to go through and talk you through the questions and then have you answer the questions. Okay? So you will need your reading book, and we're going to turn in our reading book to page 430. Okay? All right, so a call to compost. Again, our essential question that we're looking at is, why are rules important? And so we're going to read two opposing arguments about making rules for recycling food. So this is what we call a persuasive article, which means it's showing both sides, and the author is trying to persuade you to think in one way or the other. Okay? So let's take a look on page 431. I'd like you to follow along with me, please. When we think of landfills, most people picture giant piles of plastic garbage. But food waste makes up much of the trash going into landfills. This can be avoided by composting. That's the process of turning food waste into rich soil. In recent history, communities have united to create new laws that call for food waste to be recycled. The laws ban food waste from all garbage. There is a fine for people who put it into regular garbage. Should more places do this? Okay, the first point of view. Composting should be a law. Local governments should write and pass laws that require people to recycle their food waste. The writers of these laws will help keep Earth healthy. It takes a small amount of work to compost, but it makes a big impact. Many common types of waste can be composted. This includes fruit and vegetable peels and scraps. Garden waste can also be composted. Once the waste finally breaks down, it can be used as fertilizer. Having these rules would cut down on trash. Composted soil can be used to help crops grow. If the food is not recycled, it will go to a landfill. Landfills pollute the environment. Okay, let's turn the page. Now we're going to take a look at the other point of view. Composting should be a choice. Most people agree that food waste recycling is a good idea. Anyone who wants to compost should do so. But we should not form laws to enforce the public to do it. Composting can be hard. It costs money. Plus, compost bins are a lot of work to maintain. Outdoor spaces are best for the bins, but outdoor bins attract insects and animals. And many people do not have outdoor space at their home. They must use indoor bins. This can be smelly. We should not require all people to spend money and time this way. Okay, and a caption with the picture. People who live in cities have an easier time composting if they have an outdoor space. All right, next page. What can you compost? One day after lunch, Jenny and her father were sorting out food waste before throwing away their garbage. Jenny's dad threw an uneaten piece of cheese into the compost bin. "Stop!" Jenny exclaimed. She knows that not all food can be composted. Here's a look at foods that can or cannot be composted. Okay, so I'm going to read the yes, can be composted. Apple cores, banana peels, orange peels, egg shells, bread, peanut shells, tea bags. Okay, and no, can't be composted. Meat, bones, milk, cheese, oils, tin cans, plastic bags. Okay? All right, so now let's go ahead and let's turn in our booklets, and we're going to find our page. That is the text questions for a call to compost. Okay, our directions say to answer each question in complete sentences. You will need to look back in the story to find your answer and to provide text evidence. So we're going to be going back to the story to find the answer to our question. Okay? All right, so let's look at question number 1. Number 1 says, what is composting? So we're looking for the definition of what it means to compost. Okay? So you're going to want to see if you can find what composting means. So you want to look back, thinking you might, the article is about composting, so it might be back towards the beginning of the selection. Okay, so if you look back at the beginning, you're going to find your answer of what composting is. Okay? All right, question number 2. Some people believe composting should be a law. Give 2 reasons that support their opinion. Okay, so we're going to want to look at the section that talks about where composting should be a law. And so they give some different reasons. So you need to find 2 reasons that's in the text. Okay, so 2 reasons that they give to support that opinion. Okay, then question 3, other people believe composting should be a choice. Give 2 reasons that support their opinion. So then you'll want to look at the part of the text that talks about composting should be a choice. And you're going to give 2 reasons. So find 2 reasons in the text that support that it should be a choice. Okay? And then question number 4. Read the table. Name 3 items that can and cannot be composted. So you're going to go back to the table in the selection, and you're going to list 3 things. So you're going to put 3 things that can be composted and 3 things that cannot be composted. Okay? So I want you to look for those answers to the questions in the text. All right? We'll see you later.